Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, what is your number one favorite crypto? I know I talk on this channel about XRP all the time, but as the majority of you guys already know, I hold more than one crypto. And so today I want to kind of know, what is your favorite one? If you could only pick one, what would it be? Having said that, we also are aware now that whatever is happening to the XRP price, it'll always kind of revolve around Bitcoin. So today, I want to start our video off by basically telling you guys the broader picture of things, which we then can most likely and hopefully relate to XRP and the XRP price. It's now more expensive than ever to send Bitcoin. Here is why. Bitcoin transaction fees have hit a new all-time high, bringing the cost to send Bitcoin above even the 2017 peak. Now, I think it's funny that they say that. Back in 2017, a lot of people were amazed that the cost to send some Bitcoin was so ridiculously expensive. If you are using, for example, the Exodus wallet, it is already set so that you most likely to send $100 have to pay $40 in fees. It's still, I think, maybe a little bit less than Ethereum, but still it is extremely, extremely high. Right now, it is 60. And I thought 40 was ridiculous. It is $60 to send some Bitcoin around. That is insane. So there are a couple of ways around this, which is, for example, paying a lower fee. But the problem or the sad side to that is that it can take a very, very long time. Again, if you have the mempool, for example, transactions are picked from there in an auction system where it is that the higher the fee you pay, the earlier it'll be done. Like, you should see it like this. There's a miner. And he's thinking, which transactions should I put into a block? Which transactions should I take, right? Because they're basically, you are paying the miner to send your transaction. And he will take the ones that pay the most. Again, this is just an easy oversimplification. He just looks, okay, those ones I want, all right. And so the slower ones will have to wait a longer time since it's kind of an auction system. Now, having said that, that's again how the proof of work usually works. The reason a lot of this is going on, in my opinion, it has to do with China and, of course, the fact that, well, there's congestion. The more people are on there, the more, crowded it becomes, so the longer things take because there's more competition. And so, well, if you all are competing for the same transaction and to be mined in the same block, you're going to have to get the transaction fee up to get it through, right? Because if there's more transactions, well, and the one person outbids you, it's, as I said, like an auction, you're going to have to keep outbidding each other. And now, again, this is kind of the standard fee. So, having said that, if people all decided to go for, now I wanted to see some, some theoreticals, but that's not realistic. I wanted to say if we all go for the same type of fee, it wouldn't happen. But then again, it's also kind of unrealistic. We're talking millions of people in a decentralized system. And again, you're also talking about the difficulty and the hashing power. And for example, maybe a lot of these guys would quit mining because the reward wouldn't be great enough, because that is a good part right now. In China, when the power stopped, what happens is that a lot of the mining power all of a sudden faded away. And that causes a lot of spikes because it caused a spike towards the downside in terms of how many people were mining, right? And again, how much power there basically was, how much hash power. But the difficulty also had a really strange reaction because it was a strange influx or outflow, basically kind of a both, of a lot of power basically. So that caused a lot of wishy-washy things in the price just now. It has already soared, by the way, over 300% in just the last couple of days, which I think a lot of it has to do with China. Having said that, the China ordeal also has shown quite a lot of people that, well, Bitcoin isn't as decentralized as we thought. Then again, the Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, is quite bullish on it, so am I. I do hold it. Here it says, it'll be ugly. Investment advisor names 2 reasons Bitcoin's momentum will stop. Now, I personally don't actually think Bitcoin's momentum will stop, and that is kind of where I want to make the bridge to XRP. We just saw over on my Twitter as well that Brad Garlinghouse has stated he thinks, so do we, that right now, basically, we should be bullish on Bitcoin. Let's say it like that. I made a whole summary of the interview between Brad Garlinghouse and Thinking Crypto. You guys hopefully saw it already. But he basically somewhere throughout here said he is very bullish on Bitcoin, and I'm on the same page because Bitcoin ultimately decides what's going to happen towards the XRP price. If Bitcoin goes up, XRP usually follows it along. Again, not always, but usually. And so a lot of these guys saying Bitcoin is going to look ugly, momentum is going to fall, it's going to stop. Not a lot of these guys are actually talking about only Bitcoin. They're actually talking about the entire crypto market stopping. JP Morgan says Bitcoin weakness as futures liquidated. This part refers to the fact that a couple of days ago there was such a flash crash where $10 billion worth of people who pressed the long button here, who are buying Bitcoin basically, lost all their money. And so that's again also why I believe that we dipped a couple of times here, because a lot of the buying pressure was taken off. And that is kind of what we fell down just a little bit. However, I do not think that's a really bad thing for the longer term, as I think we'll pick back up the pace. Again, my own thoughts. And I don't think there's really a lot of reasons why Bitcoin's momentum will stop. You can think of some miscellaneous reasons like electricity. It's not good for the climate and whatnot. But I think the only thing that could really make Bitcoin drop to the ground is a 51% attack, which basically means there's going to be a group of individuals who are going to try to take over all the mining power, at least 51% of it, and so take over the network to make sure that they can basically validate the transactions that they want, allow for double spending and whatnot. Double spending is that you spent the same money twice, and it's just going to be awful if that happens. And that is possible with proof of work like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and Dogecoin and stuff like that. Now, let's quickly see what else we had. SEC presses ahead with Ripple lawsuit with Gensler at the helm. The reason I have this open is because a ton of people were asking me about the whole Gary Gensler deal, what Brad Garlinghouse thinks about that, what I think about that. So a lot of these articles I've seen here, I had a better story, by the way, but of course, if you go record, all of a sudden there's a little bit of stress on top of your head and it all becomes a little bit less easy to think of exactly what you wanted to say. And you guys all know, these are all one take. There's no cutting, editing. It's all one story that I haven't written down. It's just me reading the articles and giving you guys straight up facts and information that I found here as real as possible. You guys know it already. So the reason I'm talking about this, and I think it's important, is because a lot of you guys were asking. Gary Gensler is most likely not going to do anything phenomenal. Brad Garlinghouse has said he's excited for it as it's a new, fresh approach, and he also explained before that Jay Clayton's actions were quite strange, but in the end, whatever Gensler thinks himself is not going to add too much. We're only hoping that he, through the new administration, can hopefully work towards a better regulatory framework for crypto in general. Is it too late for XRP? I think so, though. I think XRP is going to have to fix their whole scenario through the enforcement right now, so through the court, or a partial settlement with the SEC. But then again, is Gensler going to be the key to all of that? I don't really think so. I think he is going to set a proper framework for crypto down, though. Ripple is going to be part of that, and it will definitely be referenced in whatever framework they put. But I think Gensler might be here for that. And then again, guys, this Bybit is the platform I'm using to trade right now. I'm talking about leverage trading, and if you're in the US, make sure you use a VPN. Also UK, by the way. You also need a VPN in the UK. But leverage trading is basically I don't know, it's not gambling. It's basically you can put, if the price is going to go up or the price is going to go down, you can put money on that. And the fun part is you can actually get paid, for example, in Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, or XRP. So if you're trading with XRP, you'll get paid in XRP, not in dollars. And that's the cool part about it. I usually traded in dollars before, and I didn't really know too much about the inverse perpetuals, but I love them. All right, I love them, I love them, I love them. Then, whale alert. We just saw 40 million XRP being transferred. Was a pretty big thing, right? That's a pretty big transfer. That's a big boy transfer just now. Why or where to? We probably will never know. We have no exact idea. It could be Gemma Calip. I don't really think so, though, because usually you could actually find it out if it was. We might actually press quickly here to see who it came from or who it went to. It went to this individual right here. Okay, there wasn't really anything before that. Let's see who it came from. This is just a place where you can see all XP transactions. Okay, and it came from, let's see, this person sent it to 2 different addresses. Okay. This person has a big address, but we don't know. It's activated by this address. Let's quickly see that as well. This is nothing. Okay, so there's a freaking rabbit hole that you're going to have to go through here. There's no real clear answer to all of this. There's no real connection to anything. It's just basically millions of XRP being sent through here, but it could just be... it could be a Coinbase wallet. It could also just be a wallet related to Coinbase. No, I think it's related to Coinbase because there's a lot of transactions, but not that many. Difficult. And we did a lot of, backtracking now. So let's just skip it for right now. This transaction, we don't know exactly who or why this was sent. Let's just disregard it, all right? Let's just think, okay, whales are moving money. We don't know why just quite yet, but it's not been put in exchange, so there's nothing really to be said here. Then, before we actually get into that, my song I was just listening to is this one right here. What do you guys think about that? I also try to take some miscellaneous videos on the right off here so you're not distracted. I was listening to this one. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Good song, bad song? Again, guys, I try to keep it as just as real as possible. I was just vibing, man. As I just said, we hit 100K subs today. I've been happy all day, just enjoying everything. And I thought, you know what? I also deserve to listen to some songs in the middle here while giving you guys the updates of today. So, let's quickly see. We had the Cryptic Poet who posted new. Ripple partner NBK Egypt launches corporate banking solution with MD-SAP. Let me actually, before we get into that, quickly say here, the reason I had all this Bitcoin news at the start is because there's a lot of pessimism towards Bitcoin right now. But mind you, there's a lot of people in the XP community who are really, very much against Bitcoin. I am not one of those guys. I think if you're going to hate on the biggest crypto out there with at least 48% of the entire market, you're betting against yourself. You're betting against success. So I'm definitely not that type of guy. I am over saying, like Barry Garlinghouse too, there are crypto who are better than it, and XRP is one of them. There are literally a lot of coins that are. Like he literally says right here, if you quickly read it for yourself. Now, here's what Ripple has been up to. Ripple partner NBK Egypt launches corporate banking solution with MD-SAP. I don't really know too much about this, to be completely honest with you. I just saw the National Bank of Kuwait, NBK Egypt, has partnered with MD-SAP to launch an SAP corporate bank solution in order to digitalize corporate business online operations and build lasting customer relationships, the banks announced. So, what exactly does this have to do with Ripple? Yeah, that is a really good question you could ask me here. I don't really know. But he's just saying Ripple partner NBK Egypt, because this is from a couple years ago. This NBK is a partner from Ripple, and they've now partnered with MD-SAP, which is big. I don't know why necessarily, but I thought, hey, let me quickly share it. NBK leads the way in Kuwait in partnership with Ripple to offer instant cross-border payments to customers. And since right now, this company is setting something up, as we just said, with another company in the payments realm, yeah, that might again be something that Ripple's going to expand on. I do not really know for a fact. No facts here, it's just speculation. Then again, we also already discussed earlier that Ripple thinks they're going to grow from billions of transactions or billions of dollars worth of transactions to adding a couple of zeros behind that. I think they really have a good way to pay for themselves. Nice. Now, Deutsche Börse to delist Coinbase's shares on Friday. That was just something I was kind of amazed by. A week after going public, Coinbase shares we delisted from the Deutsche Börse on Friday due to missing reference data. Yeah, what else do we need to tell here? It's just really odd. I'm not sure if this is normal. I'm not sure if this is like the most occurring thing in the world. I do not really follow this type of stuff, but I just thought it was interesting. There's so much FUD already with Bitcoin and Coinbase and yada, yada, yada. Another little addition to it, huh? I think it's rather interesting. Then, on the same note, once more, let me quickly relate it again. I just try to make the connection as easy as possible here. These types of articles are fudding, yet they have a point. Bitcoin is right now being fudded to the freaking ground because people are skeptical. And that is also something you're seeing in the bigger scale of adoption. People will be skeptical before things get better. And there will be problems before things get better. There will be corrections before things pump up. You need corrections, what we're witnessing right now. It is also potentially bigger altcoin season, maybe not even the big altcoin season just quite yet, but that is again where Bitcoin loses dominance. Right now, it is losing dominance like a train. I think it is at 48% right now, which is the lowest it's been in a really, really long while. And the criticism of Bitcoin will continue on, yet it will still stay the most adopted crypto out there, still get the most institutional investment in there, still have the most amount of faith in there in general, still the most amount of users and whatnot. So do not fret if you're a Bitcoin holder. Do not fret if you think Bitcoin is good, or do not fret anything. People will hate on it, but it will still get itself further, and the more hatred it gets, the more attention it's going to get, the further it will get. And once more, Bitcoin going up is good for XRP. Keep that in the back of your head. Good for any crypto, but also good for XRP. And I'm still a Bitcoin hodler, even though a lot of you guys hate it. It's stupid, yes, but you got to go with the herd. You got to go with where the flow is going. A lot of people are into Bitcoin. You can't deny it. Should we ever sell Bitcoin for different coins? Maybe, because once more, I just told you guys, it's not really the best coin out there. But once more, is the most adopted coin right now, and you're not going to say no to a really nice galloping horse or whatever the freaking saying is in English. I don't know. And then Ripple, Huobi, and Coinbase shipped 128 million XRP, while coin sits at 137. Yeah, is this really relevant? Not completely. Partially, we covered this yesterday. There were more exchanges happening though. But let me quickly tell you guys this. If there's XRP being sent from an unknown wallet to an exchange, that is considered an exchange inflow, which is bearish. If there is a lot of XRP sent from an exchange to an unknown wallet, that is usually bullish. However, since the exchange here in question is Coinbase, since you cannot sell your XP on Coinbase, we are still considering this bullish because we are expecting that this person is sending his money from an unknown wallet to Coinbase as a custody solution where he wants to have his coins safe on Coinbase. Could also be, however, that he's already got a agreement with Coinbase to actually sell them once it goes live again, or a private agreement to sell. We do not yet know, but let's just keep it with what we know for right now. And once more, that was it for today's update. Make sure you press the like button and subscribe if you are enjoying these updates. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, hopefully very soon here, guys. Have a nice day, and let's see here. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Enjoy your Wednesday.